I wouldn't say I was really interested in any of the courses that I took. um, I just kind of took the AP classes just to take APs and to have it like look better on my resume than just taking a regular course and something that I knew like I could just take an AP in.
I just kind of wanted to take APs because it looked cool or like it would look good on like a sheet of paper. That's why I took them. I wanted to take the top classes. That's kind of just how it was in high school. I think I don't know, it's important to like aim high, but I think it's also important to know what your limits are, because by senior year I was a little bit burnt out, so I just kind of neglected classes that I wasn't as interested in. So I think it's important to find that balance between doing what's like best for you in the future and also doing what's best for you now and what you're interested in and what you think you're going to succeed in.
Imposter syndrome is real. Um, Make friends in your classes. That's a big one because they can help you study and they'll talk to you and they'll feel the exact same things you're feeling. And you'll be like, oh, I'm not alone.
So I kind of struggled. I think I struggled. I think I put too much pressure on myself because I was intimidated by the testing and the rigor of the classes. But honestly, that's something you shouldn't really go into the class already on your chest, because you just have to be there to learn and then understand that it's a process and to kind of go through that process. And I also wasn't too familiar with the independent study that would have to come with the class. So, kind of going home and studying on your own, that's a big part of it that I definitely had to pick up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I got placed in AP bio as a freshman, so it was definitely like a shocker. It was rough. And also just being around older students like sophomore or yeah, being around sophomores and juniors all of a sudden, like it was very different. And I was kind of scared sometimes, but I tried my best as best as a freshman could do in an AP class.
I think you kind of like make friends like within your classes, and a lot of like my interaction with my friends was really validating to like how I felt being in the class. I was like, "Oh, you don't know what you're learning either? Cool." like, you think you're gonna fail this test too? Like, oh, okay, at least we're in the same boat. Like you just kind of like have to talk to people and like um make friends with them, and like even if they're like, oh no, I feel super confident in this test, then like I don't know, you still make friends with them, and like you still can like ask them for help, and like over time you'll like understand it more, and like even if they are a better student than you, which like in a lot of the cases, like a lot of the students were like I guess they were more inclined to succeed in the course than I was intending to, so like their like attitudes and their like feelings towards the course and how like strongly they felt towards it like kind of helped me feel like more passionate about like succeeding.
I would say have good communication skills, especially with your teachers, is a great way, because if you're shy and you don't really understand something, that might work against you when you're having trouble in the classroom. So you really want to develop a good skill to kind of like let it be known that you are struggling and embrace that instead of kind of like deflecting it away so you can learn more from it. They definitely make the class more fun. They themselves understand that this class is pretty rigorous, so they kind of enjoy it themselves. And they're very open about like um, you coming to reach out to them or anything. They have also tutoring sessions after school, and they're always willing to help you out. But the teacher also, besides from teaching the material, also helps you prepare for these exams.
I think a lot of my AP courses like I was really like I really enjoyed them because the or not the professors, the teachers were just really like passionate about like what they were teaching us, and they really wanted you to succeed, and like they like did everything they could to help you succeed. So I think like my teachers definitely helped me a lot, and like I still think about like what they taught me today, and it helps a lot in my own like college courses.
In these classes, you're going to get stressed out and it's going to be kind of scary at times. But, with teachers like that check up on you and kind of support you, make sure you're doing okay, not only in your grades, but mentally, I think, you can always reach out to them if you need like extra help or something. They're always very supportive and helpful for you in that way. If you ever feel like you're lost, I think a lot of like the AP teachers kind of just, they want you to do well in the class, they want you to do well on the exam, and they want you to do well as a person, like beyond the class. So I think always reaching out to the teachers is like super important.
AP seminar. I took it my junior year. It's my favorite class because it was the most interactive class I was a part of. The class is part of the AP capstone program, and it's a 2-year research program. But as a junior, you take AP seminar and you learn how to analyze and collect data. And so, based off that, I was able to talk a lot in the classroom and class discussions and with my peers. So, I was able to gain a lot of perspective on a lot of different subjects and kind of rearrange and improve my thinking when it comes to reading a document or even having my own perspective or opinion on a subject.
I actually really enjoyed the AP English classes because a lot of the time it didn't feel like we were studying. It just was like a fun sort of discussion. I don't know, I had Mr. Sonko for both my AP English classes. So for English Lang and English Lit. And the way his class is structured, you read and you learn information, but there's just a lot of like discussion and building off of each other's ideas. And I think that was like really fun and really interesting. And then when you get to the test, you're like, oh, I know most of this information, but wasn't as stressful as some of the other AP classes. So I really liked that.
So my favorite APs at Alamany were AP Research and AP Calc AB. So AP Research with Mr. Kelly, it was really a lot of fun to design my own survey and kind of collect all the data and make connections. I don't know, that's very nerdy of me, but I thought it was super cool. Just getting control over all of that and then kind of just trying to fix something or like point out a problem or trying to just make a change in society as a senior in high school was just a really cool opportunity. So I really liked AP Research for that reason.
AP Chem was just like, it made me really think about, I took a junior year, like it made me really think about what I wanted to major in and what I really wanted to do with my life. And Mrs. Wienhoff was just such a like influencer. Everything that she said was just like an influencer. She was just like so motivating. And like, even though she like sometimes can be a little intimidating because she's so smart, she just like, I don't know, she just made you want to be smart. And also like I really enjoyed that course. Like obviously I enjoyed it so much I decided to major in it. So I definitely liked AP Chem a lot.
There are a lot of struggles coming just as an AP student. I remember studying very late at night. I would be down like the only one downstairs in my house, just like at 1 o'clock a.m. Just doing homework or studying, which seems very scary, but honestly it kind of introduces you to that concept in college. I don't know if you see many college movies, but people are always like up in the library like studying, and that's kind of how like a school like UCLA is. Everybody is studying very late at night, or they're posting about how they're pulling all-nighters to finish essays, and that's kind of the culture, which is good or bad, but that's just how it is there. So I think being exposed to that kind of thing in high school is both a good and a bad thing. It causes some stress, but it opens you up to that culture that happens in college, where you're going to be staying up late and you're going to have to sacrifice some free time.
A big one for me is time management. It really taught me how to study like for real. Because those tests, they get you at the end. And that's very similar to how I study for finals now. So I think that's been really helpful. I got a lot of my like general education requirements out of the way with just like the English classes. And I know I fulfilled my history credit from APUSH. So I would say definitely do that because that frees up a lot of space in your schedule. But even just taking those classes really helped because knowing some of the information going into STEM classes is super helpful.
At my school, I go to UC Santa Cruz, so like it definitely helped me a lot in my STEM courses because I'm also a STEM major. I started off as a chemistry major, So taking AP Chem in high school, like, made, like, Chem 1A, like, the first Gen Chem class, like, a breeze. I didn't, like, even learn anything new. It was, like, the same exact course. And then, like, also I took AP Calc senior year, and I, like, tested out of like, the first calculus course. So, like, I mean, it helped me, it saved me a class.
It just depends on the score you get also for some schools. So for example, for AP Calc BC, like I had to take a math class when I went to UCLA because I got a 4 in AP Calc instead of a 5. So there's like that slight difference, but it does kind of, so when you're taking the exam, it does make a difference what grade you get kind of. It's good if you pass it, but also you kind of have to think about what grade you really need.
I was waking up and skating at 5:30 in the morning before school and then coming to school just so that I wouldn't have to worry about like balancing rehearsal and skating after school. So I think that was something, and I was really lucky to be able to do that, to have, like the time and the support to make all those things happen. But I think even doing those extracurriculars helped me a lot with the time management part of APs, because you learn what's important to you and you learn how to prioritize.
My best advice is to work on time management, and having a planner is one of those ways, or you can even have it on your phone or post-its as well.
So I was the kind of person that like if I had homework to do, like AP work and stuff like that, but my mom was like, "Oh, I want to go to the mall to like do this." I would go to the mall. And that seems kind of like irresponsible, but I think it's important to let yourself have mental breaks or else you're just going to break down. uh, for sure. So I think like it's important to prioritize what you want in life. That's kind of deep, but it's important to prioritize what you value in life. So I trusted myself enough to know that I would complete that work eventually or complete that studying eventually. You just kind of have to have that trust in yourself if you want to find that balance. So I knew that when I came back from the mall, I could just finish my work, or if I didn't, like I would stay up late and finish it.
It was a lot of just doing things when you had time. So I did a lot. I played like club soccer like year round, and did like high school like varsity sports, and then just club soccer was just so time consuming. And like in between like going from tennis and then like going to soccer at uh 9 p.m, like I just had to do my homework then, or like in the mornings I got there super early because like I would take 0 periods, and then like in between I would just do homework. And like yeah, it was just like a lot of like finding time and like doing things when you had like unusual time.
So honestly, if you want to take AP classes and you're in CP classes right now, because you definitely can, that's definitely an option. I would recommend just kind of standing out in your CP class. Like, I don't know, like doing the extra credit, just kind of showing that you have the determination and the drive to actually take an AP class, I think will make you really stand out and will get you that like recommendation from your teacher. Or you could always talk to them about it, ask them like, well, what can I do? Or ask them if you need more information about APs, like just ask your counselors. Or you could go ask an AP teacher. I feel like that's an option too. Like go to the teacher themselves.
If you have any questions, to just talk to anyone, any student, any teacher. They're always out there to answer them, and I think it's just a great environment to kind of like grow yourself academically and personally. So I would highly recommend AP courses.
You should definitely like before you graduate take an AP class. It's definitely an experience, even if you hate it. Like take one early on to see if you like it. But it's definitely an experience. I really enjoyed my classes. I think it was a lot of like the environment that I was in, and like I made a lot of my friends in my AP courses.
And it is going to be hard sometimes, but just know that were put into that class for a reason. And if you weren't supposed to be there, you wouldn't be there. So make friends and trust yourself.